Alright, we're back with more of Avadon, the Black Fortress, still on Nathalie's quest, which was pretty lengthy, but in all honesty, I actually enjoy it a lot more than both Janelle and Sevlin's quests combined. So let's go ahead and try to finish it up, and then we can finally visit Castle Vebeaux with a full party. Zhossa Mindtaker watches you as you approach. The creature is visibly weaker than he was when you first fought him. His scales are cracked and losing their color, and his eyes are losing some of their glow. His battles, first with you and then with Nathalie, have taken a harsh toll. At last, he has no choice but to face you directly. Avadon found me. I thought you would leave me behind. I thought you had worse foes to fight. Your young mage. She is persistent. Now I will parley for my life. No more tricks. You are too dangerous to live. The weary Drake instantly adopts a battle stance. Yes, I will face you. And I am tired, but not so worn that I will reject a proper challenge. As you advance on the creature, its form starts to blur. Other Drakes, perfect copies of Zhossa, begin to appear on the circle. Now you will both fight me and the images of me in your own mind. You heavily damage one of the copies of Zhossa. It pops like a bubble. There is no trace of it or its tracks or the blood it has spilled. All of Zhossa's other images cackle in perfect unison. Do a battle elixir. Dang, how many of these does he have? You strike one of Zhossa's copies with a savage blow. The creature roars in anger. Droplets of blood strike the stone floor and start to hiss. They don't disappear. You realize that the Zhossa you struck is the real one. He roars in anger. Then the images of the creature shift and flow together. The real version vanishes. You suddenly are no longer sure where the true Zhossa is. Okay, pretty tedious of a boss fight, but I think I can manage. I do like being hasted, though. Steel Wind. Okay, I'm guessing the real Zhossa is down here somewhere. Once again, you have struck and wounded the true Zhossa. He lets out a long, low moan of pain. Your blows are sure and wear him down. However, his powers remain. The trio of his vanishes and the other shades flow together and split apart. Golly. Okay, so alright, we just have to keep damaging all of them until we find the right one. It's a good thing I have haste, because this is just kind of a tedious fight here. But it looks like that's the key, is just to keep hitting different ones until you find the real one. You deliver a vicious blow to the true Zhossa. The illusion covering his body fades, and you can see how grievously you have wounded him. The pain and loss of blood prevent him from maintaining the illusions. The shades fade away, and you are left with the Drake himself, alone and pathetic. My last, he gasped, my last powers, they remain. With the final blow, Zhossa Mind Taker falls to the ground, slain. You barely have time to approach the body before a lance of fire strikes it, and then a bolt of ice, and then more fire. Nathalie screams in fury as she blasts the corpse, incinerating it. Then she turns away, gasping for breath. I won. I won. The glory? My arm. It hurts. Thank you, Xander. I am ever in your debt. Let us go home. To Avadon. Well, not necessarily, because we have a mission to do now. But you do get a nice robe of the sorceress to use now. Dang, she freaking just overkilled Zhossa though, when we already had him beat. At last, victorious, you emerge from the tower. The Drake that infested it is gone, and the tombs are free to crumble in peace. Look across the water at the tree line. Now that the Drake is gone, the woods look different. You wonder what had been concealed and is now exposed. As you walk out into the cool, fresh air, Nathalie makes a strange, choking noise. She comes close to being overcome with emotion, but she maintains control. I need to return to Avadon. My arm requires tending. She mutters, it should not have happened. Have Avadon done its duty. I was left to hunt it alone. Their fault. There. She turns and sees that you are listening. She continues to mutter, but far more quietly. Well, like I said, we still have a mission to do, but I guess we can go back to Avadon. Well, let's go back to Avadon anyway, so I can take care of these rune stones, and then we can do our mission. So yeah, basically for that fight with Zhossa, just damage all the ones he can, and then he will eventually expose him, and then he'll be no problem at all. Man, can you imagine what her arm looks like now, though? That's just crazy. Anything else I can do for you? What have you learned about the Crescent? Alright. We're definitely going back to Castle Vebeaux, but I do want to see if Nathalie has any new dialogue or not. Nathalie sits at her desk and looks down at her arm. The healers of Avadon are skilled. The bandages are already off. The scars are still there, of course, but she has even regained much of the range of motion in her hand. She looks up at you. There are wrinkles around her eyes, odd in one so young. She has not been sleeping well. Kind of you to come and see me. I owe you so much. What do you wish of me? How is your arm? She holds the injured arm up and looks at it as if it is an alien thing. They think this will quiet me down, teach me some humility, remove my ambition, make me content with joining them, but they are wrong. Some of its dexterity returns with every day. I will soon regain my full power. Are you recovering well? She laughs bitterly. Oh yes, I am fine, as strong as ever. Not that I ever get any credit for it, not that my worth will ever be properly valued. Yes, I am recovering well, because I have learned the true lesson, one that I am sure you have learned as well. What did they say about you? I am a young stripling, a child, outmatched, annoying, useless, to be pitied and ignored. They probably want to make me a scullery maid. Oh yes, it will allow me to clean their bedpans. Me. I have said that they will see my true power, my skill. I still mean it. What lesson have you learned? That Avadon is for the asleep. That Redbird brings us here to be his servants. That we will never be allowed to change anything, to have any potential, to live up to our true potential. We will collect our bribes and sleep in our silk sheets and die fat and docile. No, if we are to make any difference in this world, if we are to be noticed, we must act. She ends with that oddly vague statement. Then she looks at you, waiting for a response. You're once again amazed at how young she looks and how much raw ambition is visible upon her face. There is some wisdom in what you say. She nods, a proper diplomatic answer. I understand. But there will come a time when rare diplomacy will not suffice. Excuse me, ignore what I have been saying. I am tired and my wound pains me. Please leave me. I am in need of much preparation. She returns to work. Are you more content now that the bandits have been slain? What can I say to that? Vengeance is ours. This is good. But what I saw of Avadon is cravenness, Redbeard's lack of action. He shakes his head. Excuse me, Xander, I am rambling. I am content, though I have much to think on. As perhaps do you. Okay. Well, that was interesting dialogue, since I didn't actually go... Since I didn't actually kill them. But I do have more money now. Rod of the Deep Woods. Oh, that's a Rod and Odd Staff. Pendant the power we can definitely use, and let's go ahead and buy the shield of recovery for Janelle. Oh, she has two-handed weapon, okay. Okay, never mind then. Actually, one of my warriors can still use it because they use shields. Okay, let's do that. And also they can have their own healing abilities. Pendant of Strength. Also, let me look at this stuff. Resilient Guard. Vessel Shaman is still better for her, so we'll just sell that. But this one we can put on her instead. Alright, let's see if he has anything for us. Do you have something for me for my next mission? I am off to Kalimdariel. Of course, he claps his hands. A small, warty wretch emerges from the shadows and hands you a wand. The moment the wand leaves his hand, he resumes the appearance of a young man. Unique, yes? Perfect for infiltration. Of course, I don't know if you're planning to infiltrate anything, but if you do, you have a way to infiltrate very well. Can't you just make me something to heal me or shoot fireballs or something? What? How mundane. And of course, while I can make such cruel tools, the other hands grab them up right away when I do. You're simply receiving what is left. And this, I think, makes you the lucky one. What the heck? Wand of many guises. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's probably another one of those joke items, so gonna not worry about that. Let's do this. We'll get even more strength. Sun's Rod. And even more intelligence for that. I'm glad we did that because we get another Runestone of Purity. We can do that for Ashima, one of Shima's items. Few of his items already have, like, you know what, since we got rid of a item with dexterity, we'll do that. Increases strength. Out of Runestone, Deep Runestone. Nobody else needs the... Can we enhance this? Nope. What about these? Okay. Okay, so we used up all of our rune stones now. Oh, nope, I don't want that. Okay, I think I'm done with that one right there. I wonder if Janelle has any new dialogue. But yeah, that's definitely an oversight talking to Sevlon, because we respected the pardon. We didn't actually kill them. But I wonder if Janelle has any new dialogue, since Janelle's still pacing back and forth in the garden. She has regained her carefree, smiling attitude. However, as you talk to her, you feel like there are lots of pairs of eyes watching you from the undergrowth. You start to feel nervous. Ah, Xander, she said. It's good that you stopped by. I wish to speak with you. What did you want to talk about? About what has been happening in Linnaeus, about Avadon erasing the ancient customs of the Wild Realm, settling to its own liking the ownership of the Baraza Woods, taking more control of the pact with every passing year. I've been thinking of it, and so have the other hands. You talk with other hands? From time to time, at meals, it can't be helped. What did the other hands think? You should talk to them, all of them. You might even be surprised at the wisdom you hear. Perhaps even from Nathalie, as unlikely as that seems. And have you come to a conclusion? Not yet. I wanted to talk to you first. I wanted to ask you a question. A simple bit of philosophy. Nothing that the hearts would have any trouble with. Do you think that it is possible for Avadon to exert too much power over Linnaeus? Do you think that it might reach to a point where someone needs to restrain it? She watches you intently. I think it has already reached that point. She nods. A sentiment I have heard more and more of late. Whispered, of course. Thank you for your honesty. And what do you feel? Me? I feel what I have said all along. What good does it do for Avadon to protect the pack if it takes away all that makes her lands valuable? Now I must go. We will talk again soon, I am sure. All of us. She walks off into the garden. I like that I'm still a wretch right now. Alright, where is Shima at? Is he still going to be in here? Shima Three Spirit sitting at his customary table, and as usual, he is alone. He slowly sips some ale. You have not seen him drink before. Then he looks up at you. You can see in his eyes that he is agitated. Welcome, Xander. Please join me. I welcome the company, and I need to speak with you. How is the ale? It is unfamiliar. Any sort of spirit leaves me with a splitting headache. Any such revelry is repaid with the greater rate of pain. And yet, at times, I feel the need. What is wrong? That is what I need to speak with you about. What do you need to tell me? Our work has taken us to Oglanda, to my land. It means that I must speak with you so that we are both prepared. Is there something I need to know? It is. If we are to fight together without your being confused by my actions. What do you need to tell me? I am of the Three Spear clan, once proud, and very recently brought low by the treachery of another clan, the Honored Forge. You do not need to ask me about my clan and its history, but you may wish to. It is good to understand. You are from Hoklanda? He nods slowly. I am. I have only been a warrior of Avadon for only 3 years. Tell me about Hoklanda. It is not like Avadon, not like any land in Linnaeus. It is very... He looks out at the boisterous activity of the dining hall. Very ordered. Quiet and calm on the surface. It is as violent and torn as every other land on Linnaeus, but in a much more dignified way. Is Hoklanda content as part of the pack? Of course. As proud as we are, we know that we are safest from the warriors of Chimeria and the Tawan Empire when we band with others. We have our rivalries, and we count and Kelmdura have spilled much of each other's blood. But we still are wise enough to know that the pact means survival. Thus, I am here fighting for it. Did you learn much from the people passing through? Of course, most choose not to speak with me, but from those who do, I absorb every bit of knowledge I can about the lands of Linnaeus, about the pact and the far lands. Why don't they speak with you? Shadow Walkers are feared, and it is wise to do so. As with Avadon, the attention of a Shadow Walker can be fatal, and yet some, once they sense that I am not currently tasked to kill them, are interested to actually meet one of my kind. What sorts of bits of knowledge do you look for? Scraps of language, of etiquette, of knowing when to nod and speak and to be silent. The sort of details that can mean the difference between discovery and concealment when spying in the far lands. And most fear you. Yes, Shadow Walkers are spies and assassins that holds the natural tower for most. Understandably, perhaps. Let us discuss something else. Shima Three Spear nods. I need to go. He nods. I will await your call. He returns to his meal. Alright, let's talk to Han Kellen. Can we discuss my companions? She nods. Of course, you often will not be able to choose who you work with. However, I'm here to make it easier to fight alongside these unexpected allies. I would like to know anything unusual that happens in your dealings with them. After all, they may not necessarily be those I would choose to work with you. Nathalie left Avadon to hunt down a drake. I had to rescue her. Of course, Nathalie, always eager to fight, sometimes over-eager, occasionally even maddening in her persistence and impatience. But the drake was a foe, and she did well to remove it. Is there anything else I should know? She seems even angrier and more ambitious than before. Yes, ambitious, a word everyone uses to describe her, and a dangerous quality to have in Avadon. But I will speak with her. Perhaps as she ages and her wound heals, calm will return. We will see. Thank you for letting us know. Dang, how long does this effect last, by the way? I hope that's not. Maybe a teleport will eventually fix it. I mean, it's kind of funny in a way. But, yeah. Yeah, that item he had clearly was a joke item. I know we just did a mission with Nathalie, but we're still taking her anyway. Okay, yeah. We went back to being Xander. Alright. We did take a lot of time in the video already just to clear up some Avadon stuff, get Nathalie back. But let's go ahead and talk to the people in Castle Vebeaux now. Once again, you approach Duke Griffin in his great hall. He seems even more energetic than before. The young lord practically bounces in his seat with excitement. You have come. I am most pleased. My efforts to bring peace between Kalimdari and Hoglanda have had progress. My talks with Monitor Shagaz have gone well. Now that you have returned, our efforts to bring a more secure peace to the pack can continue. Why have you asked for Avadon's help once again? Because I have continued to negotiate with Monitor Shagaz. He is starting to see reason in my words, and he has taken a risk to do so. I am going to take a similar risk. Deep in the Brazil woods, there is a band of Kellam bandits. They are well established, and their presence and their constant raids into our rivals' lands anger the Hoglandans greatly. I have acknowledged that these bandits exist. I have given Shagaz permission to hunt them down, but he will only do so if you can travel with him once again. It is a real risk for me, but if you succeed, it will do much to help the Hoglandans to trust me. You acknowledge the bandits exist? You have denied that they exist before? No, of course not. I have simply never made a comment one way or another. I saw no benefit in doing so until now. How well established are the bandits? Oh, evidence suggests that they have been there for some time, foolishly secure in the knowledge that I would never allow them to be hunted down. It pleases me greatly to be able to punish their arrogance. Why is this a risk for you? Because I am allowing a Hoglandan to kill Kellam. Scum Kellam, to be sure, but still Kellam. There will be a lot of angry nobles when news of this gets out. Still, it is necessary. I have a plan to keep Kalimdari great, and this peace effort is a necessary part of it. Why does Shagaz want me with him? You will have to ask him. Perhaps he thinks that you are competent. Perhaps he doesn't trust us. And maybe he just likes you. Is there anything else I need to know? Duke Griffin thinks about this. Perhaps. There is one more thing you should know about the Brazil Woods. There is a rogue hand out there, a disgraced hand of Avadon. His name is Gavin. You are unlikely to find any sign of him, but it might be helpful to be warned about him. I'd like to know more about Hand Gavin. Duke Griffin nods somberly. Yes, the rogue hand. A very ugly business. He was using my castle as a base for his operations, exploring Baraza, looking for spies, that sort of thing. Then I learned that he was actually disloyal. He was spying on us and sending information to the Tawan Empire. Before he could be caught, however, he fled. How long ago was this? Only a few months. It shames me that we have not yet brought him to justice. How did you learn of his treachery? A lucky chance. It was a misdelivered letter. It was meant for Hand Gavin, but given to my assistant Janaea by mistake. She read it, found that it was from the Tawan, and led to an investigation. In Gavin's quarters, we found all the evidence of his treachery we needed. However, by the time we could inform Redbeard and get permission to seize the traitor, he had fled. Where is Gavin now? He fled west into the wilds of the Baratha Woods, an unnamed territory, and one, alas, that he had spent some time exploring. He is probably still out there now. What should I do if I find him? It would be best if he was abducted and brought to the Avadon dungeons. However, in the wilds of Baratha, that might not be possible. Killing him may be your only option. Duke Griffin of Castle Vebeaux called you to his castle to aid him in his quest to bring peace to the pack. You are to go and speak with Monitor Shagaz once again. Then you will return to the Baratha Woods and work with them to hunt down and destroy a group of bandits that have been raiding Hoklanda. You learn in Castle Vebeaux of Hand Gavin. He is a servant of Avadon who was accused of treason and fled into the Baratha Woods. Catching an escaped traitor seems like a sure path to status and commendation. You have been at Castle Vebeaux for some time now. Yes, far longer than I expected. It is difficult. I miss my people, my family, and good, simple food. And yet, Duke Griffin, he keeps talking to me, infecting me with his enthusiasm. Why does he pay you so much attention? I don't know. He asks me so many questions about Hoklanda, our ways, our stubbornness and hopes for peace. I try to convince him that his hopes are foolish. I think sometimes that he is starting to tire and believe my dark words, and yet he pushes on. I admire him for that. Is he convincing you that there is hope for peace? A little, I confess it. I'm infecting him with pessimism in return, and yet I think I do him no favors with that. What's our new task? We are going to hunt bandits. Bandits of the Kellam. They live in the western half of the Baratha Woods and grow fat, raiding Hoklanda settlements. We are going to destroy them. It is surprising and gratifying that Duke Griffin is supporting this, if long overdue. He looks at Shima. I have made sure that no warriors of the Honored Forge will fight at our side. I would not force you to stand shoulder to shoulder with a sworn enemy. Why is it surprising that Griffin would do this? The lords of Kalimdario won't let Hoklandans kill any of their people, even if those people are vile, dirty, bandits and thugs. Until now, they would not even admit that those bandits exist. Now Duke Griffin will actually act to stop them. This is just. There is no other word. Shima, what do you have to say about the Honored Forge? Only that their warriors should stay out of my way. They destroyed my family. No true Hoklandan could forget such a thing. Monitor Shagaz shakes his head. Young one, Hoklandans forget such crimes all the time. Never forgive, but often forget, so that we can all survive. I hope you can make peace with your anger. One look at Shima's face tells you that such peace is quite unlikely. Where should I go? To a meeting point of several disused roads. He pulls a map from a tube on his belt and shows it to you. This is the place. Go there and meet me. We will fight together to destroy the bandits. The location of the bandit roads is now on your map. You will be able to travel there. You will fight with me this time? I will. Now that my superiors in Hoklanda seem to actually support the scheme, I will not appear a coward in their eyes. Also, I long to kill the Kellam who have been raiding my people. Alright, before we head off, let's see if we have any more quests we can grab. Again, I'm not going to worry about some of these, like the blue ore I'll get to later. Dragon's Tooth, nah. Destroy the papers, no. Bandit Pits, yes. And Gavin, yes. Aiding Calantha, no, I already chose not to do that long ago. Is there anything else I can do for you? He looks through the papers on his desk. In fact, there is. I understand that your travels will take you near the western roads, the ones plagued with bandits. As if that was not enough trouble, ogres have been sighted by our patrols in that area. They have a lair hidden somewhere near there. We can't tolerate ogres in those woods. They need to be driven out. Why are ogres such a problem? They are large, violent, prone to brigandry, and hate humans. They are supposed to confine themselves to the Titan Peaks and other remote parts of the Far Lands. They know that they are forbidden to enter Packlands, and they defy us at their peril. Their lair is hidden? It is. We have, as yet, been unable to find it. I do have some advice should you try to find them. Yes, they are sloppy creatures. Watch for bones and other leavings. That might mark their presence. Also, they might have found a way to conceal the entrance to their lair. Watch flip-flops for concealed doors or switches. Look for buttons, dark areas, or other such discolorations. Such marks might betray the entrance to their lair. You met Commander Perverol and Castle Caparol in Castle Vebeaux. He sometimes hires hands with free time to perform missions for him. He has had reports that ogres are trying to settle in the Brazza Woods. Their colony is hidden, but they might have left bones and trash near its entrance. Okay. Let's see if we can get a new quest from Questa. Of all people, since we did something for her earlier, or we chose not to give her that stuff. Does anything else need to be done? Yes, I'll take your question as an offer and aid. There's a wizard hiding in the western Brazza Woods. Name is Encanter Manon. Fled recently. The Duke sends word. He wants the wizard to come back. All crimes pardoned. I will pay you if you deliver the message. Why do you think that I will encounter this mage? It's thought that he fled the region full of bandits. Safe for him, I suppose. Am told you were going there. Might just be a rumor, but still thought it wise to ask you for help. Why did Encanter Manon flee? He said impolitic things while drunk. About youth and inexperience of Duke. About madness of going for peace with Holflanda. Angering Dukes of Calendario is unwise, especially when they feel that they have things to prove. Why does Duke Griffin want him back? Do I look like a duke or a duchess? Am neither. I only follow orders. Duke promised me that Manon is safe to return. Thinks I can send message with magic. Can only do this if Manon is not hiding the location with his own magic. But he is, so I ask you. Encantatrix Questa is the head sorceress for Castle Vebeaux. She told you about a mage named Encanter Manon. He was accused of a crime and fled into the Brazza Woods. Should you find him, she would like for you to tell him that it is safe for him to return to the castle. Okay, so we have another quest there. Let's trade. Okay, nothing I need. He does have a Drake skin. We could get a new item from what's her name. But first, let's see if she has a quest for us. Anything else I can hunt for? There is one thing I would like you to watch for, but I do not think you will find it. You recently encountered a drake in our woods. I sent soldiers to search its lair for an egg, but they found nothing. It had already been looted. To tame a drake would be a great achievement. If you ever find a drake egg, bring it to me. I will pay you very well. It will also please the Duke. Any idea where I should look? I suggest looking under drakes. With all the traveling you do, you are sure to find one of those creatures eventually. You really think that you can train a drake? Probably not, but it will be very interesting. Yes? Why will the Duke be so pleased? I am not sure. The last time he came to the kennels, he seemed very worried. He told me to do all I could to help the keep defend itself. I think that he is expecting trouble, and I will do all I can to aid him. Tender Melisande is a skilled and ambitious animal trainer in Castle Vebeaux. She's always looking for young creatures that she can mold to her will, wisely or not. She told you that when you are hunting the Brazza Woods, if you can find a drake egg, she will pay very well for it. Okay, so I'm glad I did the quest with Nathalie then. So I can get this, get more quests. Or maybe we could have gotten that anyway, even if we chose not to. Because that is an option, I think. But Bandit Roads, Brazza Woods. Yeah, we'll search the Brazza Woods. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do now, actually. So let's go ahead and explore the brow of the woods for a bit. See if we can find some ogres. Or something. Where are you going to hunt now? Okay, nothing that she doesn't have anything else for me. Okay. So far I haven't really seen anything. Oop. No, we've already been in there. I thought I found the entrance to the ogres at first by doing that, but apparently not. Alright, abandoned house. You know, now that I think about it, it probably is not going to be in the Brazil Woods area itself directly, but just in general. Otherwise, we would have been able to complete this quest. So I think we do have to actually go out to the... Because, yeah, I think they would have let me know if... on the map if it was in this area. Alright, whatever. So let's go over to the Brazil Pits, make sure I don't need anything there. And Bandit Roads. Following Monarch Shagaza's directions, you finally reach a remote region of the western Brazil Woods. It's a wild, shadowy tangle not far from the border of Hoklanda. The road here is more of a path left by hunters, woodsmen, lost merchants, and the occasional bandit. At this end of the road, as promised, you see Monitor Shagaz. He sits by a small fire, cooking a pair of squirrels. When he sees you, he waves you forward. For this mission, he is completely alone in the woods. But the last time there was backup, they got killed. But that was out of our control. You approach Shagaz, who is sitting calmly by the fire. You look around for other guards or shadow walkers, perhaps hiding in the shadows, only to realize that Shagaz is here alone. He nods to you. Hello again, Xander. I am glad to see that you have arrived safely. I've already scouted this area. I've narrowed down the number of locations where the Kellam bandits might be hiding. Tell me when you are ready and the hunt can commence. You are alone? Here alone? Shagad's nods. After the difficulties last time, I did not wish to fight alongside soldiers from Kalimdario. They did not trust me before. I didn't think they would trust me now. But, understand, I still value their sacrifice. Do you think you are strong enough? I'm a Shadow Walker. We prefer the way of the small force, stealth, planning, a fast, lethal assault. It is dangerous, true, but I am comfortable. Why would they still not trust you? Because we are hunting citizens of Kalimdario. Thugs and brigands, true, but still their kinsmen. I do not want them at my back when the killing starts. How did your superiors react to the deaths of the Kelim soldiers? They were surprised. They did not want to give our rivals credit for courage, but after what happened, they had no choice. It might have even convinced them to take Duke Griffin's desire for peace more seriously. Shagad sits by his fire. He's trying to seem calm, but you can sense how agitated he is. He is eager to begin the hunt. Well, Xander, are you ready? Tell me about these woods. They are not so different from what you have seen before. Dark, shadowy, and full of pests. You're welcome to take some time to explore before we begin our hunt. Anything of interest? Yes, 2 wooden towers, one south of here and one to the northwest. The one to the south is newly built, the other seems abandoned. I only investigated long enough to verify that the bandits we hunt are not there. What is our goal? There is a clan of bandits from Kalimdario hiding somewhere in this area. They are dangerous and accomplished raiders. We Hulk Londons have long wished for them to be destroyed. We even went to Hanvar's council. At last, today we have the chance to be rid of them. Why has it been so difficult to hunt them? Because the brigands are from Kalimdario, but they only raid Hulklanda. We Hulklandans have long wanted to send a force to hunt them down, but the Kelim said such an incursion would be seen as an act of war. So we have suffered their attacks until now. Who went to Hanvar's council? My superiors, Hulklandans of great repute, went to the leaders of the pack to ask for help. The council was as weak and feckless as always. No relief was received. Why can they finally be hunted? Because Duke Griffin gave me permission. This is all it took, one word from a person of great influence. Now I will act before he changes his mind. Wait here, I wish to investigate on my own. Monitor Shagad's nods. Understood. I approve. Scouting ahead and understanding the lay of the land is the way of the Shadow Walker. However, I ask that you make haste. I am eager to begin the hunt. Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and save the game right here, and I will see you all soon whenever I do the next part of Let's Play.